WWBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I got to say.
I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary.
There's the sound of the bell, and we are apparently set to go. Well, at least 3 out of the 4 of us are. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Didn't, I guess, put enough pressure on the button there.
Yeah.
It's an old soundboard.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to deal with it.
Maybe you just need...
I don't like making excuses.
Oh, why'd you look at me when you said that, Fearon, huh? What's the, we got some beef? We have to settle this outside? Huh?
I was going to say, considering your recent efforts between the ropes, which we're going to get into over the course of the hour, Lucas the Intern, I think I better... it would be in my best interest. It would be best for business for me to not mess with you. Because as we all know, it's all about what's best for business.
I like the way you think, Fearon. I really do.
That's a first.
Oh. Keep that up. Maybe it won't be a first.
Maybe it won't be a first.
Maybe it'll just keep happening. Maybe I'll agree with you all the time.
So you're saying I just got to keep kissing your backside. Is that?
I wouldn't say that. I'm still the intern. Come on.
Figuratively, of course. Anyway, I'm Fearon Derry. At least I will be for a little bit. I don't know. There may be a new host as of next week at the rate I'm going. We've got the ever vocal Lucas the Intern in the house.
Yay, he's back.
You're trying so hard to get that Zoidberg thing over.
It's not I'm trying to get it over. I'm just good at the impression, so I could care less if you guys like it.
It's the only trick he's got. Yeah, he's healing out on us here.
I'm not healing out. I just,
son of a beep. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Also, Yale Alpert back in the house with us, and the Philosopher, Chris Ermer.
Yo. What's happening? It's my Joey Lawrence. Or no.
That was Whoa, wasn't it? From Blossom, I think?
I got my yo and my whoa mixed up.
Listen to the yo's.
Yo.
No, it is not crime time. Although tomorrow it'll be Battleground time. So in the hour we will have our predictions starting to go wrong for the pay-per-view tomorrow. One notable absence, and we'll get this right off the bat. Ryback out for Battleground tomorrow. That's right, WWE Intercontinental Champion Ryback announcing that he won't be able to defend his title at Battleground tomorrow night due to a staph infection.
I don't like the storyline behind the Intercontinental Championship right now anyway.
With the Ryback, Miz, Big Show kind of triad thing going on?
Yeah, I could just tell right off the bat that Miz was going to win tomorrow.
So this is kind of a way to hit the reset button in a sense? Kind of take a negative and turn it into a positive? Yeah, there was a lengthy series of tweets that Ryback let out on Wednesday.
And he didn't have to get them taken off this time?
No, he didn't.
Oh, wow.
In fact, I'll read the tweets right now. Quote, after Raw Monday, I woke up Tuesday morning before some media appearances with a severe staph infection in my right knee. I was brought to a hospital and put on strong antibiotics. Lucas, no Z-Pack jokes.
Well, you're the one that brought it up. Now I have to make
Now you have to make Z-Pack jokes. All right.
Amen.
And had 90 cc's of fluid drained out of my knee in a 24-hour period. I'm trying to think. That's like 3 ounces of fluid, if my math is... it's been a while since I've had to do any of that pharmaceutical metric knowledge and things.
That is disgusting.
Although I may have to brush up on it soon, from what I hear. We caught it in time thanks to the great WWE medical team, and I will make a full recovery. Will be kept in the hospital for several days, and I will not be able to defend my Intercontinental Championship this Sunday. I'm sorry to all my fans in the WWE. I will be back shortly, but I have to get this corrected. Now, as far as replacement match. Nothing's been announced. At this point, Miz and Big Show are, for now, off the pay-per-view unless they, I guess, come up with something at the last minute. So 5 matches advertised for the event, plus the kickoff match of R-Truth against King Barrett. Because reasons.
Yeah, that's been the traditional kickoff show match.
I mean,
yeah, it's become this generation's the Rougeau brothers against the Bushwhackers.
well, I mean, to be honest, at least they're getting TV time.
They are.
And they're getting their paychecks too.
Yeah, they're getting that payday.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't turn down a kickoff match. It's a pay-per-view payday. You get some exposure. You know, maybe there's something in line for the future.
What future do they have? Last time Wade
Future
Barrett
endeavoring.
Last time Wade Barrett was relevant, he was in the Nexus.
And that's, 4 or 5 years ago now?
Longer. I think it was before 2010, wasn't it?
Okay, I thought Nexus was around 2010. It all tends to blur together after a while. Mm-hmm. So a pretty good amount of news to get into, including retirement rumors being shot down by a notable but also notably absent WWE superstar. There's a New Japan Pro Wrestling star set to compete at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. We'll get into that in a little bit. WWE Divas nominated for the Teen Choice Award. And another week, another cash grab lawsuit attempt story we'll get into.
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, will you be serious? But you know what? First, I'll get this right off the bat because this will lead right into a Lucas story. Talking about pro wrestling action returning to the Monster Factory, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. It's next Saturday, July 25th, and if you missed this past Saturday's event, boy, did you miss a lot. All 3 titles changed hands. Your new Supersonic champion, none other than Monster Factory girls wrestler, the MV.
Yeah, that was a
Taking a page from China in the Intercontinental Champion book, only MV's a lot better looking.
Can't argue.
And I would say a lot better wrestler as well.
And Mighty Molly with the Hardcore Championship.
I also hope
Yeah, but she had that for a cup of coffee during WrestleMania 17.
hopefully making better
She lost
life
it like
decisions.
15 seconds later to Christian, I think, or maybe a couple segments later.
She still had the title, nonetheless.
I don't know if I'd put that comparison in there. I'm sorry, you were saying, Chris?
Just in comparison to China, just hopefully you're making some better life decisions, maybe. I don't know where China is now.
Wait, this is his philosophy moment. You gotta get the music.
I gotta get the music up for it. This is the philosophical moment.
Yes.
Oh, all right. See, you'd think I'd be prepared for these things. These do come on a whim in a sense here. All right, so that means I got to bring down the. Okay, here we go. Your philosopher moment of the day.
Wow, Fearon, I really thank you for giving me this time in your show each week to get on my soapbox and talk about an issue. Today, I want to talk about actually bringing back the headlock in wrestling, right? Fundamental move, but maybe what you really need to do is torment your opponent by bringing back some noogies. What about noogies in wrestling? I mean, you put your knuckle into somebody's skull. That's going to leave a mark.
I think that would be a good thing if you're.
Is that
heel.
legal? I mean,
Well, I mean, if you're.
It would probably warrant the referee to make a 5 count.
But if you're a heel, that could work perfectly. I mean, especially if you're working the head that entire match, just
so
running into us.
then I said, well, what if you bring back like a rug burn? Somebody needs to come up with some friction burn moves.
Matt Burnham.
To really leave.
Maybe rub his face across the
Yes.
mat.
Oh, yeah. Matt Burnham and Noogie.
You obviously can't see in the studio, but I'm taking notes as we're.
Of course you are.
Great.
I mean,
I was going to say, don't you know of these things already from having them done to you repeatedly as you were growing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I never got to do it to somebody else. I mean, it was always a shoot, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So you could make your opponent a human matchstick and rub their head right on the mat until sparks came out.
I thought the only hellfire and brimstone we had in wrestling was courtesy of Kane. I don't think we need any other pyrotechnics in WWE. They haven't exactly had the greatest record as of late. Ask the Undertaker circa Elimination Chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, remember that? Oh, man.
I do remember that. That was most unfortunate.
Yeah, so along with those, are you going to next suggest the wedgie? Is that where you were leaning toward here, Philosopher?
I like how you're thinking.
I don't think that would be a good idea, considering that they're just wearing trunks, and you don't want to see you don't want to go from a regular wrestler to Rikishi.
Wait, you don't want somebody like Kofi Kingston bringing the dark side of the moon?
Well, to get you
we
back
might get
to
letters.
where you were headed, I think. Earlier
I don't even
today,
know where the hell I was headed.
Well, Lucas was telling me he was like in a headlock, and I don't know. He did like a body slam and all this stuff.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. Can I finish? No, you don't want to get into that.
No, I don't.
You don't want to tell that story over the air.
No.
Okay. Well, then we'll talk about the rest of the Monster Factory now that we've gotten things change second by second around here. I'm telling you. So what else did you miss last week at the factory? Well, Shooters Inc. cleaning up as Billy Damiana and Nick Camarado regained their Monster Factory Tag Team Championship. And in the main event, Matt Riddle defeating Mike Spanos and former champions Clutch Adams and Luis the Punisher Martinez to win the Monster Factory Heavyweight Championship. What'll happen next?
Well,
Headbanger Mosh will be in the house next Saturday. Former WWF Tag Team Champion and of course, Monster Factory alum. Plus, I've got to throw this in because why the heck not? Factory's finest explodes.
Monster Factory, July 25th.
Yeah, something like that. That's right. Clutch Adams will face Mike Spanos, with the winner getting a title shot against Monster Factory Heavyweight Champion Matt Riddle later in the evening. It all goes down next Saturday, July 25th at the Monster Factory. Doors open at 6. The action starts at 7. Tickets just $15 for adults and $10 for kids aged 12 and under. Check out the Monster Factory on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as their website, monsterfactory.org. And Lucas, you're a student there now. Why don't I have you read? Or why am I not having you read these? Read that spot that I just did. Which now it's too late. But
well, I don't know, Fearon. I mean, you are the host, so you could just direct me to say.
Yeah, I could probably just direct you to say it. But no. Well, let's talk a little bit though about, since the last time you were on the air here was preceding your training at the factory. So how have the last couple of weeks been? Without exposing the business too much, because I know Danny Cage isn't a big fan of that, and I say that as tongue-in-cheek as possible.
It's been...
He's going to slap me next time he sees me.
As well he should. Anyway.
He'll just direct you to do it for him.
He'll give you a noogie.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have the Afro anymore to protect him, so yeah, I think that might work. It's been such a surreal experience. It's one of the few times I felt accepted amongst my peers. Not like including this show is definitely one of those places I've been accepted as one of my peers. Definitely. The Monster Factory, it's like, I just surrounded by people just like me that are huge fans of wrestling. So I can, I don't have to feel isolated,
ostracized,
isolated. But it just.
We're using the big Scrabble words today, folks.
But just hearing from my friends that could give two hoots about wrestling, and just to hear them say they're proud of me and asking how it's doing, it's sort of have my dream sort of be recognized by people, by my friends, and by people that don't, that when I usually talk to them about wrestling, they roll their eyes and say get this kid out of here. It feels good to sort of have that recognition.
I'm a celebrity now.
I wouldn't exactly say that. I'm still greener than Doink the Clown's hair after he got out of a pool with too much chlorine. So, see what I did there?
You took my line and added more to it.
Yeah. So, because I'm that green, I'm the youngest kid training there. I'm still pretty much a kid. I'm 17 years old. I'm going to my senior year of high school. You think I can't say anything? I still, even when I'm allowed to actually start putting my 2 cents in, they're still not going to take me seriously. I would think.
Fits right in with this show. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to be used to it.
Well, maybe I'll train and I could job to you and people will start taking you seriously because you'll beat up someone 100 pounds heavier than you.
I mean, you'd have to talk to Danny Cage about training there first, but yeah, of course, sure, yeah, definitely. I mean, no, definitely.
I have no idea where this is going. You know, it probably should go to one of those timeouts.
There's always a point in the show where you just
the wheels just come off the rail,
and we have to
Yeah, we need to kind of hit the reset button and kind of go, what the hell just happened? And
like, okay, everybody, just take a moment, breathe, deep breath, and just.
I like to fill in the gaps sometimes, and I was thinking, great wrestling promotion would be to get a boatload of those tuna fisher guys to fight a boatload of those lobster guys, and it would be the deadliest catch versus the I don't know. We get a boatload of like rugged looking tuna guys. That would be awesome.
Main event.
I can see the show's been thriving very well since I've been gone. No offense to you, Chris.
Oh yeah, I'm coming up with the ideas.
Yeah.
Okay then. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
All right, on that note, let's go ahead and take care of some business here. Yeah, let's pay some bills. We'll come back. We've got a lot of stories to still get into.
See, it's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. I'm going to break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
We'll be back. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Stealing all the air out of my stories. I was getting ready to get there, and you just jump right in and snatch.
Oh, that's what you get for trashing Cena. It doesn't feel so good now, does it, Fearon?
Are you serious right now?
No, not really.
Okay.
I just feel like being a jackwagon.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
Yeah, that works too.
Well, at least something works around here. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly, the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio. I'm your host, Fearon Derry. And
so what? We're the Monday Night Raw of wrestling radio.
Yes, and he's obviously Michael Cole. I always have to flip that line in there. Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to talk I'm not allowed to talk the entire week at the factory. I'm just.
Oh, so you're getting your shtick in now.
I'm getting it all out now, so I don't get yelled at by Danny.
Well, that's a buzzkill.
That's not a buzzkill. I'm delightful.
Was that Cher Vaughn?
Huh?
Was that Tony?
No, that was Michael Cole when the Shields music had hit, and he said, that's a buzzkill.
Oh, okay.
I know. These are the things I come. I probably could have pulled at some point a Tony Schiavone greatest night in the history of our sport, but I just really haven't felt like putting the effort in for that little thing.
Oh, shocker.
I am.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'll stay quiet now. Not really.
I had too long.
No, of course you won't.
I had too long of a night to pronounce European last names correctly.
Nah.
Man. All right, we got to get this right off the bat here because this is a bit I've kind of been planning for a little bit. Another week, another cash grab lawsuit attempt story. So, Dateline, Savannah, Georgia for this one. Troy Rivers filed a lawsuit against WWE claiming that he was hit with a chair shot to the head while working security for a WWE event.
Wasn't this years ago?
I guess.
This was years ago.
Rivers was working a show in Savannah, Georgia when he claims he was struck. The story states, suddenly and with no warning whatsoever, struck about the head, neck, and back by a folding chair. Now, Rivers believes that Dean Ambrose swung the chair, but his attorney said that's unclear. So he told Courthouse News, we haven't reviewed the video from the event yet, so we're bringing in everyone on the card that night. Only one guy did it, but we don't know which one yet. So the lawsuit lists John Cena, Seth Rollins, Kane, Daniel Bryan, R-Truth, and other wrestlers who worked on the show as defendants. We've got ourselves a whodunit case here. Yeah, see, the little Tavares. Yeah. That got me to thinking. Now, I know WWE has a Monopoly game. They've never made a Clue game. And I feel like they could do really well with that.
They really could.
They'd be breaking kayfabe with that, though. I think.
Do we? Oh no. Why don't we come up with some examples of that?
Well, I mean, you could just imagine like the different rooms instead of like the ballroom and billiard room and the conservatory. You have like the gorilla position and the locker room, or catering. I can see it now. It was Triple H with the sledgehammer in the showers.
It was APA versus DX in the billiards room.
It's Shawn Michaels.
Are you familiar with Clue? How it's a person and a weapon in a location. Have you played Clue, Yale?
No, I heard it's a female game.
And who did you hear that from?
I'm speechless right now. What?
I heard.
What in the blue hell are you talking about?
Tell me I didn't just hear that.
Okay.
I just heard from outside sources that
I'd like to know who your outside sources is, so we can tell them that they're very misinformed. That completely just took away with what I was gonna say.
I'm dumbfounded now.
Why don't we try and come up with better another example?
I don't know. It was Stephanie McMahon in the boiler room with the Slammy Award.
Shawn Michaels
something
with the
like
WWE
that.
title in the Playgirl position.
Oh, wow, that's terrible.
I'm a very terrible person.
Yeah, at least you've admitted it. That's a start, I guess.
Let's see. It was the Dudley Boys with the tables everywhere. Just
the tables everywhere.
Get the tables.
The room doesn't matter.
They just have an entire.
Oh, jeez.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with the beer, also everywhere. Just. In the locker room, in the boiler room.
I don't think they'll ever do it, just because, I mean, Clue, the whole premise behind it is kind of murder-based, and Lord knows there have been more than their share of murder controversies in professional wrestling. I mean, Bruiser Brody, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, allegedly, and of course, you took the bit from me before I could get it out. You happy? You got it in. Good job.
I love how you sighed as the beep was going. You really just kept that, really just went very well, because I'm just such a,
We both suck today.
Yeah, we do. You're right. Oh.
I thought that bit was going to be good, and then it just somehow...
Seriously, you should have seen the ones we had to shoot down. They were so funny, but...
but they'd get us thrown off the air.
We would get a lot of letters.
That is not fair.
No, it is fair. There's censorship laws. We're in a society. We can't...
FCC.
The FCC.
The Straight Edge Society?
Let me be me. So, yeah. Sure, let's go with that.
Dropping Eminem lines.
Yeah, trying to shut me down.
Only on Pro Wrestling Weekly.
It's so empty without me, so, yeah. Let's get back to the show at hand.
I see what you did there. All right, so I actually dropped this info to you on Thursday as it was announced, like within a minute. And, of course, your reaction was to sandbag me. New Japan Pro Wrestling star set to compete at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. NJPW legend Jushin Thunder Liger, introduced by William Regal as Tyler Breeze's opponent for the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn Live special, which, of course, will air live on the WWE Network Saturday, August 22nd, the night before SummerSlam.
Didn't he used to be on Nitro?
Yeah, he used to be a WCW.
There was a working agreement between WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling back in the mid-'90s, yeah. So he was part of that influx of cruiserweights that came in, which... I mean, goodness, included Jericho, Malenko,
Guerrero,
Eddie Guerrero,
Mysterio,
that guy, Rey Mysterio.
We were gonna beep the thing.
You know what? The bit worked once. You don't want to overdo the same bit. Yeah. But Ultimo Dragon, Juventud Guerrera. I mean, there were all these different guys, and Jushin Thunder Liger was a part of that. Well, I mean, even in the early 90s, I think he had some matches with Brian Pillman.
That makes me think, though, what wrestling finishers aren't used a lot? And I'm thinking of a lot of submissions, but the Dragon Sleeper, you don't ever see that as a finishing move anymore.
Yeah. I mean, really, you haven't seen it, at least in the WWE, since... Didn't Owen use it in 98, 99, when he was training with Dan Severn?
I have no clue. But
Yeah,
like,
I
that's a
forgot.
move
Yeah,
I'd like
you
to see.
were in diapers when that was going on,
Yeah.
so I don't
Have
know
to
why I'm
search
looking
it.
to you for reference.
I'd like to see that move come back.
the
Have to
Dragon
search that up.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
Have to search that up on YouTube, whether or not he used a Dragon Sleeper.
Maybe that could be one of Daniel Bryan's new moves. He was the American Dragon at one time. So.
I still call him the American Dragon to this day.
Yeah.
I remember his
Daniel-
Shikara shows.
Yeah. Are there any updates on Daniel Bryan? How he's doing?
Funny you mentioned that. He actually shot down some retirement rumors.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he announced.
Yeah, I know. I'm such a mark. I know.
No, I won't go for the drop. I could, but I won't. No, Daniel Bryan announcing yesterday afternoon that he will return to the ring, though he still hasn't given a timetable for his return. He tweeted out, quote, "I appreciate all the thank yous, but the entire interview claiming that I said my time is over is a fake. I will be back wrestling."
Wasn't exactly a fake. I mean, he just said he doesn't know it yet. I mean...
Well, no. There was apparently less than credible sources were throwing out that Bryan allegedly said in a radio interview that his time was over and that he wasn't going to be wrestling anymore. So he was saying that the stories talking about the interview, or I guess maybe even the alleged radio interview that somebody said that he did, was inaccurate.
Did he have anything to say about what Bret Hart said?
I think he's kept quiet about it just because what's the point of saying something? If you say something, then you kind of make yourself look bad by ripping a legend and a Hall of Famer. He's probably going more, all right, I'll let my actions speak louder than words by working to get back in the ring and thus proving him wrong.
Yeah.
So really, I don't know. If I were him, I wouldn't say anything. What's the point of saying, no, Bret Hart's wrong, I'm coming back? Like, all that you do is then just, you're ripping Bret Hart, and that will alienate some of your fans.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing Vince McMahon hasn't done.
Yeah, but Vince McMahon
is Vince McMahon.
Exactly.
He's the head of the company. He has the jurisdiction to say it because he won't get fired.
And the grapefruits.
Yeah.
As we all know.
He's always had the grapefruit to say what he wants to say. That's I mean, some might say it's not good. I'd say, it's a very respectable quality in my book.
I guess. And something garnering respect, or looking to at least, Global Force Wrestling. I know we've talked on and off about that over the last, year or two, that it looks like Jeff Jarrett's been trying to put this together. Well, they've got a TV show name, and they've got divisions mentioned as well. Their TV taping this Friday night in Las Vegas coming up. It's going to carry the name Amped. So GFW Amped.
That'll be cool.
Where's is it going to be airing on a television channel?
It doesn't say that here in the press release. GFW founder and CEO Jeff Jarrett saying in a press release that, quote, Amped will be the show that unites promotions and showcases the very best men and women professional wrestlers on the planet. Which, apart from the name, that's kind of nothing new. It's what he's been saying all along. But they did say something new in terms of announcing they say unique in the press release divisions. The GFW Global Championship, the GFW Tag Team Championship, the GFW Women's Championship, and the GFW Next Gen Championship. And the way they spell it, I love how everybody has to have an X in their thing now, but NEX*GEN.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's no next, and so next, not so.
Well, maybe he tried to, but then possibly got blocked with trademarking because of NXT.
But it's NEXT, like as in spelling the actual. Yeah.
Vince would try to probably put a trademark on that even. I'm going to trademark the word the. Nobody else can use it.
I'm going to trademark the letter W.
Why W?
Wrestling.
Oh, that's a nasty word. Don't ever use that. It's entertainment, damn it. Yeah, you saw the crib notes that leaked on Reddit. I couldn't remember what it's called. All this new technology.
It's making his head hurt.
Yeah, pretty much. That and the fact that in less than a month he's turning 70. Can you believe that?
He's still looking buff too.
Yeah.
No further comment on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all 4 titles will be up for grabs in 4 separate tournaments starting this Friday at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. So Add GFW to the mix of all the other different promotions that are making headway here in the States and I guess globally as well. Goodness. Actually, here we go. We'll save that bit of news from our friends over at George's for the third segment. But let's see. It's right around that time. Luke, you know what time it is. Please don't say clobbering time.
Aww. Is it morphin time?
I'm done.
Is it time to get a watch? Huh?
No, I've got a clock right here. And there's probably one.
Thanks. Thank you, Yale, for the fist pump.
You know what? I don't even have an appropriate. I got nothing. I'd love to say. Yeah, I know. Wow, you've been holding back so much at the factory, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
We were here.
Challenge.
We're not going anywhere.
I know, kind of like this segment.
Exactly. So instead, I'll tell you about my favorite beer spot, the Broken Goblet Brewery. 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol. Broken Goblet Brewing, breaking your perspective on how you experience craft beer because broken can be beautiful, especially if you were at Goblet Stock last week. Oh, my goodness. Head on over there today, though, for their second bottle release this year and their third overall called Impacto Profundo. What's that, you ask?
I don't know. What is it?
This is the part where you ask, what's that?
What's that?
Thank you. There we go.
I don't know what is it. Okay, so I don't know.
Damn it.
He still has 4 years left.
I know. He's got lots of time.
4 more years. 4 more years. Yay.
Anyway, Impacto Profundo, it's their 10% double IPA brewed with subtle amounts of Cubanelle, Long Hot, and jalapeno peppers. Plus, tonight at 8, to keep with the spice, the goblet will have the debut of Kinky Quizzo. The befuddled look on Lucas's face.
That sounds very interesting.
Kinky and Quizzo. I never thought I'd hear those two words in the same pairing.
I never thought I'd hear those two words in the same chapter of a book.
Yeah, true. It would be a very... You know what? Let's talk about the Goblet. Open Thursdays through Sundays for the summer. It's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, even when things aren't kinky. 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Check them out at the web at brokengoblet.com. Broken Goblet Brewing. See, it's so kinky, I'm getting kinked up in my words here, in my throat. The semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. At least until today. They're probably going to tell me, you're fired. Or maybe not. Who knows? Oh, goodness. Shut up! That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take care of some business. We'll come back. We've got Today in Wrestling History. We've got Lucas's favorite segment still. We've got Kurt Angle's surgery to talk about. Yes, another neck surgery for the Olympic gold medalist. Also, the WWE Divas nominated for a Teen Choice Award. We'll get into that. Ring of Honor shows announced for Mania 32 weekend, and a WWE Hall of Famer landing a role on The Flash.
Ah, yes.
Good old David Stryker.
I'm lost on the reference. I guess I'll look it up.
That's the name of the character, right?
Ah.
No. It was his WCW ring name.
Ah, yes.
Wow, obscure of the obscure. Okay, well, while I do a little bit more digging, as opposed to the hole that Lucas has been digging verbally over the course of the hour, we'll figure that out.
Come now, guys. I'd like to publicly apologize.
Oh, how about that?
I still got my wits about me.
Which is more than can be said for me.
See, what great wrestler of the past said, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. That was the great Dr. Seuss. And I'm not sure he actually spent any time in the ring. Those are some inspirational words.
But he spent some time with the Things.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Really, we're going to Dr. Seuss rhymes now?
Well, you were the one that had.
I know. I completely.
The
crashed.
places this show will go.
Thank you, Yale. Thank you.
I'd play something smarmy, but it's unfortunately accurate. I mean, Mike Samsel said it best.
When we're good, we're pretty okay, but when we're bad, we're great.
Oh, yeah.
And that's pretty much where we're at. So we're going to continue being great on the other side. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, July 18. On this date in 1993, WCW held its Beach Blast 93 pay-per-view. In the main event, Davey Boy Smith and Sting defeated Big Van Vader and Sid Vicious in a tag team match. On this date in 1999, ECW held its Heatwave 99 pay-per-view. In the main event, Jerry Lynn and Rob Van Dam defeated Justin Credible and Lance Storm in a tag team match. On this date in 2005, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the main event, John Cena pinned Gene Snitsky in a lumberjack match. On this date in 2010, WWE held its Money in the Bank pay-per-view. In the main event, Sheamus defeated John Cena in a steel cage match to retain the WWE Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, July 18.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Yeah, that's what that fanfare means. It usually means we're coming back, Luke. In turn.
Still playing his little iPhone game.
That is not true. I'm checking the Facebook fan page and stuff like that. I'm doing important intern stuff.
Good one.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Okay, maybe it's a little bit of a lie. That was just because we were on a break.
Way to put yourself in a rest hold of the radio show here. So yeah, the 2010 WWE Money in the Bank. So along with Sheamus retaining the WWE Championship, you know what else that was famous for?
Money in the Bank 2012?
2010.
2010. Who won that year? That was the first ever Money in the Bank, wasn't it?
No,
I mean pay-per-view.
Well, let me put it this way. Our boy Ryan from Northeast Philly, he might have a good recollection. Yeah, there we go.
Cashing in the same night.
Yep, pinning Rey Mysterio following his match with Jack Swagger to become World Heavyweight Champion. And unlike his WWE Championship reign, it lasted more than 24 hours.
And who did he lose it to?
Oh, hell, I can't remember. It was hot potatoing at that point. Wait, you mean the WWE, or the WWF Championship in '98, or do you mean the World Heavyweight Championship after winning at Money in the Bank?
Yeah, with Kane.
Well, I didn't know which Kane. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just 2010. I just don't remember. That was a blank year for me for wrestling. Like 2008, 2009, and 2010 was when wrestling was the less relevant.
That was actually when I started watching in 2009 or 2008 into 2009.
Yeah, you missed out on some stuff. My prime era was a Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh yeah, I was like sort of. It was an interesting time. It was like right after WrestleMania 24, and I started watching The Edge, because I could only watch SmackDown. Yeah. So it was the Edge Undertaker feud, and then I stopped watching for a while after the Jeff Hardy CM Punk feud. That was I loved that feud so much.
Yeah, I always loved CM Punk. I liked him before Straight Edge Society. Like I went to Survivor Series 2006, which is at over here at the First Union Center, Wells Fargo Center, whatever. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Hardy Boys, and CM Punk in the 5 versus 5 traditional match. Best team ever.
Oh yeah, that was versus Rated RKO. I think it was, who else was it? It was like Rated RKO.
I think
the Survivor Series?
Yeah, Survivor Series match that year. Hardy Boys, CM Punk, and DX versus.
I forget who was on the other side of that.
Rated RKO was definitely one of them.
Yeah. I'm forgetting a lot of things, but in the time that I was looking that up, so Kane held the World Heavyweight title for about 5 or 6 months, as he would lose it at TLC 2010 in a fatal four-way tables, ladders, and chairs match, losing along with Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio to Edge, who ended up winning it. I would not have remembered that. I
think that was his last title reign, Edge.
Yeah, his last title reign going into WrestleMania 27, then he had to retire the next night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the good old days, a tender love and care match. That's so nice.
You mean tables, ladders, and chairs?
Oh my.
Yeah, I would not want to see a tender love and care match in WWE. Unless it was in the Demon division.
That would be Eric Bischoff bringing back HLA, probably.
Yeah. Oh, my God. An Eric Bischoff reference. That character.
I'll tell you after the show.
Was that the boy band?
No. I will tell you after the show. I think if you don't get the reference, I'm not... Listeners know where I'm going with that, and that's as far as I can go without getting into trouble. So I'll...
Fine then.
I'll tell you this much. The A stands for action. He's going to ponder that for the next 9 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever. By the end, he's going to be like, what is it? Why don't you tell me? I know how it feels, and it's not fun. Okay, anyway, WWE Divas nominated for the Teen Choice Award. How about the Bella Twins? That's right. They've been nominated as a duo for the Teen Choice Awards in the Best Female Athlete category. Now, the event will air Sunday night, August 16th on Fox. And in doing a little bit of research to see who the other candidates were, I have to cry foul on this because you do not. It is not a requisite for you to be a teen to make a choice in these awards. So the fact that they're calling it Teen Choice Awards when I, in my 30s, can vote just as easily as Lucas in his teens can. I don't know. It cheapens the name a little bit. But, yeah. All right, now that I'm off my soapbox on that.
Awards to me are irrelevant. The only award to me that I'll watch, only award show that I'll watch are the Slammies. That's it.
And that's because it has a tie into wrestling, of course.
I mean, Teen Choice does indicate that the teens would be making the choice for on. But I think a lot of times when you have this fan voting, I mean, can't we just have one fan, one vote? Like a lot of times, like you can vote 25 times, or
you can vote X number of times a day, or
it's stupid. One fan, one vote. Vote one time, and then we'll see who wins.
I feel like that should be the way it is for the Oscars, where you have the people vote. But then again, at the same, not to nominate, because then we'd have like the Expendables going for an Oscar. No, that would
Best Actor Minions.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like the people should choose. What? But the Academy should nominate.
There you go. Anyway, the Bella's opponents in this vote: racing's Danica Patrick, mixed martial arts fighter Ronda Rousey, tennis star Serena Williams, who didn't she just win Wimbledon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I sometimes pay attention to things.
Yay, sports.
Help me on this gymnast. Is it Simone Biles? Anybody? Okay, she's a gymnast. I know that much. I know she's I guess on the rise and is going to be competing in the Summer Games in Rio de Janeiro next year.
It's whatever. Rousey wins in my book.
Well, I was going to say she's also facing the entire U.S. women's national soccer team.
Oh, I'd say they're probably gonna
World Cup.
I'd say I'd say if
game day.
I'd have to say
game over. I'd say
game over.
I'd have to say it's either gonna be Rousey or the U.S. women's soccer team.
Yeah, I was gonna say good luck, Nikki and Brie. I don't think that it's gonna go so well for you.
USWNT all the way.
Yeah,
that was a great game. 5 goals within like the first.
The first half hour or so.
Yeah, that was. They came to play and they played to win.
They most certainly did.
Although Ronda Rousey may have earned herself, she may have gotten a few extra votes based on some of the comments she recently made about trying to take on Floyd Mayweather and kind of being disgusted about his past. And I think she's actually challenged him to fight.
If Big Show couldn't take Mayweather,
maybe if the big
Rousey
tuna guys
knocked out somebody in 14 seconds. Rousey's a beast. She could
settle yourself there. Ring of Honor announcing shows for Mania 32 weekend. How about that? They're going to be running shows in Dallas, Texas on April 1st and 2nd during WrestleMania 32 weekend. The Friday, April 1st show will start at 7:30 p.m. local time. The Saturday, April 2nd show listed for 2 p.m. local time. They'll be held at the Hyatt Regency Hotel Ballroom and the Landmark Ballroom. That's down in Dallas for those of you going to Mania weekend. Also, WWE Hall of Famer Adam Edge Copeland playing a masked character in Season 2 of The Flash. Filming for the second season is happening now in Vancouver, and Season 2 will premiere in October.
Go back to Vancouver. I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
Oh, yeah, that was a great...
That was a fun one. Oh, geez. Kurt Angle's having another neck surgery. He underwent a second surgery related to a tumor on his neck. Yeesh. Angle's management team announcing on Twitter that Angle was experiencing severe pain, lost feeling in his extremities, and started to have difficulty breathing when his wife rushed him to the hospital. He immediately underwent surgery to relieve pressure on his spine caused by a large buildup of fluid from the first surgery. He is expected to make a full recovery. All right, I've got like a minute to get into this because, wow, we still have predictions certain to go wrong and birthdays to get into. But
Yay.
George's Cards and Collectibles continuing to bring you the legends. Just announced this week their next wrestler signing on Saturday, August 22nd at George's in the Neshaminy Mall. Former WWE Tag Team Champion, European Champion, a litany of other championships, including the Heavyweight Champion, JBL John Bradshaw Layfield.
Having fun on Saturday night, Michael.
Well, the time's still to be announced. And as if that wasn't big enough, Sinomania returning to Bucks County Technical High School on Saturday, September 26th. Stay tuned here to Pro Wrestling Weekly as updates come in on which wrestlers will be appearing at Sinomania 9. Check out George's 3 locations for your sports and wrestling memorabilia needs. Their original store on New Falls Road in Fairless Hills, the lower level of the Oxford Valley Mall next to the Sears Court, and the Neshaminy Mall in the AMC Theater Wing. For more information, call 215-943-2475 or go to georgescollectibles.com. All right, real quick, let's go around the horn. Battleground lineup, 6 matches, predictions certain to go wrong. Kickoff match, R-Truth against King Barrett.
King Barrett.
Okay. I'm making notes because I didn't get to go over this with you before the show as far as our long-standing tally. I got to get caught up here. What are you thinking on that, Yale?
King, what's up?
You're going Truth. Oh, my goodness. All right. Roman Reigns against Bray Wyatt. Luke, what you got? Or who you got? You're going Reigns. Okay. I'm actually thinking Wyatt on this one.
Same with me. I'll take Wyatt.
Just for, I guess, the swerve.
Wyatt wins this time. Reigns wins at SummerSlam.
The rematch at SummerSlam, of course.
That would
the primetime players defending the tag titles against the New Day.
Too soon to lose the titles. Primetime players all the way.
Primetime players.
That's what I'm thinking as well. Yeah, sorry.
They have to have another month, and it has to be someone else. I'd love to see the Ascension win the title sometime soon.
They've kind of been disappear. I think one of them's injured. I think.
That's easy.
I haven't seen. Yeah, that's probably what. Randy Orton and Sheamus. Who you got, Luke?
Sheamus.
That's what I'm going with.
I think I'm taking Randy Orton on this one.
Daring to be different. All right, U.S. title, John Cena against Kevin Owens. Yale, I'll go to you first on this one.
Win, Owens, win.
Win, Owens, win.
Yeah, I'm going to say Owens as well. That would be quite a swerve.
I'm thinking Cena in some sort of screwy, non-clean finish.
So then Owens wins the SummerSlam at the rematch?
That's a possibility. And then Seth Rollins defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against the mayor of Suplex City, Brock Lesnar. I think Lesnar wins, but he doesn't win the title.
I have to say Rollins retains.
I see what you're doing there. Okay, and Yale?
Rollins
as well. All righty. Good. That left us just enough time for...
birthdays. Yeah.
There we go. We might actually be able to use that cut. On this date in 1948, Carlos Edwin Colon Gonzalez Sr. was born. The 2014 WWE Hall of Famer and patriarch of the Colon family, which includes Carlito, Primo, and Epico, turns 67 today.
Wow.
On this date in 1963, Alan Ray Sarvin was born. The former WWE European Champion, Tag Team Champion, 6-time Hardcore Champion, and meanie prankster known as Al Snow turns 52 today.
Is he still a TNA road agent?
He is still a TNA road agent. I'm sure there are going to be some basement marks who are going to love this one. On this date in 1969, Masanori Murakawa was born.
You said basement marks.
The former IWGP and NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion known as the Great Sasuke turns 46 today. And on this date in 1979, Adam Birch was born, the former 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion and current member of WWE's J&J Security known as Joey Mercury turns 36 today.
Well, maybe they'll get him a Cadillac replacement.
Yeah, to replace the one that got busted, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just saying, that's a waste of a Cadillac.
Without that camo strip, the camo strip just ruined it for me.
I mean, they're from Jamie Noble. He's from the South. Of course he's going to put that on there.
Yeah, that was kind of a Jamie Noble touch, wasn't it?
Doesn't look good on red.
All right, this is accurate. All right, Yale, thanks for joining us. Lucas the Intern, as always, and the Philosopher Chris Ermer, full of glory and renown. Stay tuned next week for Battleground recap and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. As I said, things change second by second around here. Anyway, that's going to do it. Chris Ermer's got country music next here on BCB. We'll be back next week. For now, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock in Old Wales.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB 11.